Hi, my name is Krushay Balsar.
Hi, my name is Ayush Agarwal. Together, we created Signslate, a translator website to translate from English to ASL and ASL to English.
So what is Signslate? Signslate is basically a translator website dedicated to educating the world on the rich language of American Sign Language. So you can use the website to learn how to say any word in sign language. And Signslate was created with the intention to spread awareness of people with hearing or speaking disabilities. So we all know that not everyone was born with the same privileges as you, but you can do your part by learning sign language and allowing those with disabilities to feel more included in society.
But why specifically American Sign Language? American Sign Language, or ASL, is a visual gestural language created by those with speaking and hearing disabilities. This language is the most popular in the world, with approximately 500,000 speakers. Despite being able to communicate, however, ASL speakers struggle to feel included in society due to differences in language. Not many people understand how to communicate in ASL, and this is where Signslate comes in. Learning ASL could help reduce the struggle those with disabilities face.
Hi, I will be talking about the English to American Sign Language translator page of the Signslate project. So right over here we have a input page where we can input the English text. Now as soon as I click translate here, it should translate whatever text goes into this text box over here. Now I do have two options here. I can input the text manually by typing, or I can input the text by voice typing. So let's try by voice typing first. So right now I will click voice typing and then I will record what I have to say. So let's do that. I love to code and my favorite restaurant is Taco Bell. And I just click stop recording over there. And now I can go ahead and click translate. Alright, so after it has done translating, it will loop back to play again for practice. But you can obviously go back and click translate something else. That's the English to American Sign Language translating page. Now I will explain exactly how it works. So what happens first is the user inputs some text in the text area here, and as the user is typing, we have an onChange method that basically detects when the text inside the text box is changing, and then it will send that data to a backend Python server we have. So the front end is all in React.js, but the backend is using a Flask app, so in Python. And that Python will basically process that string. So it will send a string. Let's say the string is I love to jump. So it'll send the string to the Python backend. It will actually split it into into an array of words. So I will be one element in the array, love will be another one, and so on and so forth. And then it will web scrape off the internet YouTube videos that basically have the sign language translation. Not necessarily YouTube videos. Sometimes it will web scrape MP4s. We are using a online ASL dictionary we found, and we are just web scraping from there. The thing is that if you notice, some of them are YouTube videos, some of them are MP4 files, and that's because for some words in that dictionary website that we're web scraping from, some of them they do display YouTube videos. So that was actually one challenge we had to overcome, displaying videos regardless of what format they are in. But that's something that worked out pretty well after a couple of trial and errors. So after it is being processed and web scraped from the Python backend server, what's happening is that it's forming the links, the YouTube video links or the MP4 links, and then sending the links back to the front end. And the front end is what's doing is as soon as I click translate, it's going to take me to a page that says translate to ASL, and then it will say videos at the end. And what that does is that it reloads a new page and it will force the page to grab the new data from the API, the backend server, and then once it grabs those videos, it will display them in the order, and it displays them since it's just an array of links. It will just traverse through the links at the end of each video. So at the end of each video, it'll increase the index and then go to the next video. And then if it's at the end, it goes back to the first link. So that's how the English to American Sign Language translator works. My colleague will be explaining how the American Sign Language to English translator will work, which we did using machine learning. Thank you.
So here we have our ASL to English translator, and basically what happens here is that a webcam component is set up in React to send webcam data from the front end to the backend Flask server. So when the user clicks start recording, what will happen is that image data will be continuously sent from the front end to the backend Flask server in small intervals. This image data is then collected by the server into an array so that the array consists of images. So a set of images is basically a video. This video is then passed into the machine learning model which is used in this application. And to talk a little bit about this model, we use an i3D model developed by DeepMind, and it essentially is just a 3D convolutional neural network, which is very useful in video classification since it can capture the spatial and temporal nature of video data. So after we pass this in and conduct a feed forward, the model outputs a prediction. This prediction is then returned back to the React front end, and the text is displayed on the screen shown in this text box on the right. Here I'll show a demo. Here, when I click start recording, I'll then gesture and then click stop recording, and the text will display on the right.
Sending data. Predicting. Book.
And here we can see that I gestured book and the model predicted book.